She is the goddess of wisdom, of civilization, of warfare fought not with blind rage, but with brilliant strategy. She is the protector of heroes, the patron of Athens, and the favored child of the king of the gods. But Athena, the Olympian powerhouse, has one of the most bizarre and fascinating origin stories in all of mythology. She was not born of a mother in the way mortals or even other gods are. She had no childhood. She sprang into existence fully formed, clad in shining armor and ready for battle. She was born from a thought, and she emerged from the head of Zeus himself. How could such a miracle occur? And what does this strange birth tell us about the Greeks, their gods, and their understanding of wisdom itself? The story begins not with a birth, but with a terrible prophecy, a paranoid king, and an act of consumption. This is the mythic origin of Pallas Athena. To understand the birth of Athena, we must first understand the deepest fear of her father, Zeus. The king of the Olympians did not gain his throne peacefully. He had seized it by force, overthrowing his own father, the Titan Cronus. And Cronus, in turn, had usurped his father, Uranus. Zeus lived in the shadow of this generational curse, the prophecy that he too would be overthrown by his own son. His first marriage, or perhaps his first great love, was with the Titaness Metis. Her name literally means wisdom or cunning thought. She was the wisest of all beings, an embodiment of practical and intellectual skill. Zeus relied on her counsel, but soon Metis was with child. Gaia and Uranus, the sky, delivered the devastating prophecy to Zeus. They warned him that Metis would first bear a daughter, wise and powerful, equal to her father in strength and sense. But after that, she would bear a son. This son, the prophecy declared, would be the one to finally depose Zeus and rule the heavens in his place. Zeus was terrified. He could not risk the cycle of patricide continuing. He could not risk losing his throne. He had to stop the prophecy before it could even begin. But how could he defy fate? He looked at Metis, the very essence of wisdom, and devised a plan. He spoke to her with sweet words, flattering her. He challenged her to a game of transformation, praising her skill at changing her shape. Metis, perhaps unsuspecting, or perhaps knowing her fate was sealed, played along. She transformed into a lion, a serpent, a rush of water. Finally, Zeus challenged her to become something small, something insignificant. He suggested a fly. The moment Metis transformed into a tiny fly, Zeus acted. He opened his mouth and swallowed her whole. In one terrible instant, he believed he had solved his problem. He had internalized the threat. He had consumed the mother, and he thought the unborn children with her. More than that, by swallowing Metis, he believed he had absorbed wisdom itself, making her cunning and intellect a permanent part of him. The prophecy, he thought, was broken. The throne was secure. But he was wrong. He had swallowed wisdom, but he had not destroyed the child. He had only changed her destiny. Time passed on Olympus. Zeus continued his reign, Engaging in his famous affairs and ruling the cosmos, he eventually married his sister, Hera, who became the queen of the gods. The memory of Metis faded, a secret locked inside the king of the gods. But inside Zeus, Metis lived on, and she continued to nurture her daughter. Hidden deep within the mind of the All-Father, the child was growing. One day, Zeus was walking by the shores of Lake Tritonus when he was struck by a pain unlike any he had ever known. It was not a wound from battle, it was a headache. An agonizing, pounding, relentless pressure building from within his own skull. The pain grew, becoming so unbearable that the king of the gods roared in agony. His cries shook the foundations of Mount Olympus. The other gods rushed to his side, terrified, unsure how to help their mighty king, who now writhed in torment. He knew this was no normal ailment. This was something divine, something trapped, trying to get out. He bellowed for his son, Hephaestus, the god of the forge and the divine craftsman. Hephaestus was the only one with the tools and the strength for the task Zeus required. Zeus commanded his son to take his sturdiest axe, the one he used to forge thunderbolts, and strike him. Hephaestus was horrified. Strike his own father, the king of the gods? But the pain made Zeus desperate, and his command was absolute. Lifting his heavy bronze axe, Hephaestus, the god of the forge, struck a precise, powerful blow to his father's brow. The skull of the king of the gods split open. And from the opening, something incredible emerged. She was not a baby, crying and helpless. She was a full-grown woman. She was beautiful, but terrifying. Her eyes were bright gray, gleaming with intelligence. She was dressed in shining armor, a helmet on her head, a spear in one hand and a shield in the other. She sprang from her father's head and landed on the earth, fully formed and battle-ready. And she let out a cry, not a cry of birth, but a mighty war cry, a paean that echoed across the heavens and the earth. The very universe shuddered at her arrival. The sun god Helios stopped his chariot in the sky, and the sea recoiled in awe. The pain in Zeus's head vanished instantly, replaced with a profound sense of wonder, and perhaps relief. He had not given birth to the son who would overthrow him. He had given birth to a daughter. Her name was Athena. The birth of Athena is more than just a bizarre and dramatic myth. It is a profound theological and philosophical statement. It explains exactly who Athena is and why she holds such a unique place among the Olympians. First, consider her source. She is mind-born. She is the daughter of Metis, wisdom, and Zeus, power. But she was born from the mind of Zeus. This means she has pure wisdom. She is not a goddess of emotion like Aphrodite or of the wild like Artemis. She represents intellect, reason, logic, and strategic thought. Her birth establishes her unique relationship with her father. By being born directly from him, without a mother in the traditional sense, she is extensions of Zeus himself. She is the one child he can trust completely. The prophecy was averted. The daughter was born, but the son who would overthrow him never came to be. Athena, therefore, posed no threat. She was his loyal agent, the enforcer of his will, the wisdom of Zeus made manifest in the world. This is why she is often called Tritogenia, a name that might link her to the lake where she was born, but also father-born. Second, her immediate appearance defines her role. She emerges in full armor, a warrior from her first breath, but she is crucially different from her half-brother, Ares, the god of war. Ares represents the bloody, chaotic, brutal rage of battle. He is the frenzy, the bloodshed, the violence. The Greeks didn't particularly like Ares, but Athena, she is the goddess of strategy. She is the art of war, the tactics, the intelligence, the plan that wins the battle before it's even thought. She represents victory through intellect, not just brute force. Finally, her birth from a male god without female participation cemented her status in the patriarchal society of ancient Greece. She was a powerful female deity, but one whose power was legitimized by and sourced directly from the male head of the pantheon. But she also carries the legacy of her lost mother. Though swallowed, Metis was not destroyed. It was her wisdom, her craft that Athena inherited. Athena became the patron of weavers, potters, and artisans, all skills that require cunning thought, or Metis. The birth of Athena, then, is the story of how wisdom was born into the world of the gods. It was not gentle, it was violent, painful, and disruptive. But from that divine headache, a new order was born. An order where intellect, strategy, and civilization would be championed by a goddess unlike any other. And that is the incredible birth of the goddess Athena, a story of fear, consumption, and a miracle born of the mind. What myth would you like us to explore next? Which god or hero's origin do you want to hear? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into mythology, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment to support the channel. It truly helps us bring more myths to life. Thank you for joining us on Mythic Mundi.